Right. What's going on? Welcome back to the Sports Talk Podcast. Today we're joined with Oliver Cooper for Ep.1. Um, so how is the season going so far this year?
So far so good. We've had a lot of movement up and down with guys coming and going, but we're starting to get our team together, and I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with moving down the stretch.
Yeah, I heard you guys are doing pretty good this season. What aspects does your coach bring to make it a successful team?
You know, he just creates a positive environment. So every day we come to the rink and we just try to have fun, and he gives us a system, and we just stick to that, and it's been working.
All right. When playing for the UMB, how is your schedule with school and keeping up with schoolwork while playing hockey?
It was a lot. It was busy, but we only played 30 games, so we'd play on Friday and Saturday. So you knew every other day you were able to focus on school and catch up on any work or assignments that you had due that week.
Did you feel like tired going into those 30 games, or was it like restless at the end? Or
Yeah, there were some weeks, like exam weeks, were tougher than others, but for the most part, it was a pretty easy schedule. Looking back, I'd go back and do that schedule over playing the 72 games that we play now. So
wow, 72 games, that's something.
yeah.
And sticking with the UMB, what is it like to win a national championship?
To this day, probably one of the best experiences of my life. That was a special group of guys that we had those years, and memory I'll cherish forever.
Who do you think was like the best player on that team, or who led the team, or who was the team leader to lead you guys to the national championship?
We had a lot of great players, but I would say the two that come to mind right away would be Phil Maillet and Jordan Murray, probably the top two players that I was able to play with at UMB.
Yeah, I've heard of Jordan before. Pretty good player.
Yeah.
What's your preferred stick, brand, flex, and curve?
If I had to choose, I would say probably a CCM. I like the Sackett curve and 85 flex.
What type of CCM, like jet speed, super tracks?
I would say the jet speed.
Jet speed. What's your opinion on the vapor, like the CCM?
The what?
The Bauer vapor.
Oh yeah, I haven't used one of those in a long time. If I could, I would.
Yeah.
They pretty much give us sticks, and whatever they give us, we use. But if I had the choice, I'd be using a Bauer probably.
So if you break a stick during a game, would like you get supplied with sticks, or how many sticks do you run with usually a season?
Yeah, it's whatever you need. So if you break a stick, they have another one waiting for you. So it's we're pretty lucky to have the training staff that we have here. They're really good to us, and they provide us with anything we need.
So going back with training, how is that with like supplements or wake up and stretch? Like what was your go-to before games?
Usually before games, it's just kind of stretch and warm up, play a little bit of soccer with the guys, couple cups of coffee to get the energy going, and some BioSteel to hydrate. So yeah, I'm pretty simple.
What's your favorite BioSteel? Like what color?
I would say the blue raspberry would be my favorite. That one or the rainbow one.
The rainbow's pretty good too.
Yeah.
And how was it being captain for the Charlottetown Islanders?
Oh, that was an awesome experience. We had a great group of guys that year, and it was pretty easy. There was a lot of leaders on that team, so it fell on all of us, not just the one guy. So it was a great experience.
How was the fan base there, and like just fans all around?
It was unbelievable. Honestly, some of the best years of my life were in Charlottetown. I consider it a second home to me, and I love that place.
What was like your routine in Charlottetown? I know you guys had trainers and stuff on the bench, but what was your go-to in Charlottetown?
Similar to what I do now. Like I said, I'm pretty simple. I haven't changed a whole lot. I just try to be ready to go at game time, and I don't change much.
All right. Who do you sit with on road trips, and what do you do during the road trips?
Usually in the road trips, we've got a group of probably 8 to 10 of us, and we sit in the back and we just play cards and kind of talk it up and enjoy each other's company.
Who's the best card player on the team?
Best card player on the team. I'd say Tyler. He's the best card player on the team.
Yeah.
You should look him up. He's got a pretty cool resume. You should look him up. Maybe you'll have him on next time.
I'll definitely look into it. Who's the best player you've played with?
The best player I've played with would have to be Jonathan Huberdeau. But, he plays in Calgary now. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I played with him when I was in St. John my first couple of years there.
All right. Who is the best player you've played against?
I would say Nathan McKinnon or Jonathan Drouin.
Oh, wow. And what was it like being at an NHL training camp?
It's kind of a surreal experience. I was kind of in awe. I was more of a fan than I was actually there. I was looking at all these guys that I had watched on TV. So it was pretty cool experience, something that I've cherished and I'll remember forever. But yeah, it was cool to see some of these guys.
What was it like at the training camp? Was it like, and like, break it down?
So we would show up in the mornings. There'd be a little workout for one of the groups, and then we'd have an ice time. Sometimes we'd have a scrimmage in the afternoon, and then after that, just kind of go out to dinner with the guys and relax. It was, like I said, it was an awesome experience and able to meet some really, really cool people.
Who was the most known guy in the camp, like for media or just in the league?
At the time, it was Nathan McKinnon was there. The coolest one for me was Jerome McGinley because I grew up watching him and I thought he was a legend. So he was really cool to meet and get to hang out with. Gabriel Landeskog was there. Matt Duchene. There was some pretty cool players. So like I said, yeah, I was more of a fan than actually a player.
That's really cool. So I know you've talked about going back, we talked about BioSteel. Do you drink BioSteel on the bench, or is it something changed up?
Yeah, I like to drink it before the game and during the intermission. So when we're in the dressing room, we're covered in between periods. That's when I like to sip on it. On the bench, it's usually just water. If there's a bottle of Gatorade in front of me, I'll probably take a swig of that too. But yeah, I'm usually just a water guy on the bench. And
so after you guys' periods are over, what do you do in the locker room getting yourself prepared going to the next period?
It's just sitting there, getting hydrated, getting our rest, and just talking about what we can do as a team to be better, ready for the next period.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got today. Thank you for joining me, and that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on the first episode. Can't wait to keep track of this. Like I said, if you're looking for another guest, you let me know. There's a few guys here that would love to hop on. So if you need anybody else, just send me a message. All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay. Talk to you later. Good luck.